Are we streaming today or not?
I'm working on it. Hold on.
Alright, okay. Something I thought about, we should probably do like recap videos for past events like that we've chased and stuff just after they happen. Gives us an extra excuse to
Hey
re-upload the
Kyle,
footage
we are
and
live.
actually I've edited a video. Oh, okay. Alright. Well, I shall not annoy you now then. But hopefully stream goes well.
Yep, I was just checking on everything.
Okay, cool. I'll post tweets and stuff that I find in the
Yeah,
chat
please
so
do.
you can see them. Okay, cool. Alright. If I see anything else, I'll text you.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
Now let me get my ducks in a row here. And then we can get to it. Okay, cool. Map settings. Put that on satellite. That looks a whole lot better. Pull up chat. Cool. Everything should be getting up and going here in just a second. I'm having a little bit of a problem getting all my ducks in a row here. And plus, earlier I was actually shaving and nicked my face. And I say earlier, I mean like over an hour ago. And I'm still bleeding, so excuse the band-aid. But today's risk is mainly going to be over Minnesota and Iowa. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. Mm, mm. Why is that open? Because I don't want that open. Okay, now with that hidden, I can now get that up and rolling. Alright, fine. New Mesosphere discussion. Come on. This is what I was looking for. What's up, Carly? I'm just trying to get my ducks in a row right now. What's going on, Jay? Okay. Now everything looks fantastic. Everything's running the as I go and move stuff. Everything is running the way I need it to, which is fantastic. All right. Now, today we're working with a level 4 out of 5 risk here, mainly around Iowa and Minnesota. Now, I'm not really truthing the Minnesota risk too hard right now because really the storm mode, it's looking to be a bit messier. I'm quiet, you say? Well, let me fix that. See here, I'm turned up all the way now. So, unless I put it like directly in my mouth, which I don't plan on doing. Default device Yeti. Let's see how that works. What about now? Everything's still quiet, or we good? All right, cool. So the way we're going to be kind of running things today is we're going to be really talking about the severe weather that will be happening later this evening in Minnesota, kind of getting around the what's it called, the Tri-Cities over here around Minneapolis, St. Paul, Shakopee, and a few others around Coon Rapids and Stillwater. This is going to be our quicker threat to start off with, but later on we're going to transition our thoughts and our focus over towards southern Iowa, and is looking now like the northeast part of Missouri and the southeastern part of Nebraska and the northeastern part of Kansas. Now that's where I'm more betting on your more severe weather potential, your stronger tornadoes, your larger hail, so on and so forth. There's storm mode up here near Minneapolis. It's looking a bit messy. We did have a tornado warning earlier involving this storm that's directly over Lakefield and west of St. James. Now, I'm going to pop my headphones on really quick and talk to Mr. Ty here. Ty, did you get everything back running? If you're speaking, I cannot hear you. Yeah, he'll pop in just a second. We're going to be kind of tag teaming with Ty Metal today. He's going to have his own stream up soon, and whenever we get that up, I will send that in the comment section, and I'll probably tweet it out as well. He does a fantastic job. I watched his stream last night covering the one supercell that went absolutely crazy in Nebraska, and he had great wall-to-wall coverage with that. Today's stream is powered by Weatherwise. You can find Weatherwise in your browser at weatherwise.app.com, www at weatherwise.app. You can also find it on the Apple AppStore and the Google Play Store. Free to download. Now, it does have a subscription that you can buy. If you want to use the desktop application, you do have to have a subscription for it. But other than that, I love Weatherwise. The base app is amazing, and the base app is free. It's very easy to understand for the majority of your lower end people. I mean by that is those who really do not understand weather like I do. It's very easy to understand, very easy to navigate, and a lot of people's favorite, it's free. And so, with that being said, thank you for Weatherwise for powering this live stream. Periodically, we may have a chaser come in. His name is Jacob. He is he is south of Minneapolis, around Winnebago, so he should be getting eyes on storms here pretty soon. Now, these storms right now do not look like much of a concern to me. Not at all. They're just really 60 mile per hour and half dollar size hail. So your average severe thunderstorm warning, really nothing too concerning as of yet. But later on, this is the area that I'm more concerned about. This is your first tornado watch here. Well, this is your Mesocut discussion, but this is actually your first tornado watch. It's actually calling from some tornadoes that may be strong, with winds of around 130 to 170 miles an hour. They're just making a big estimate here. But I'm really not seeing that too. I'm not seeing that really come to fruition. But if it does with any of these cells that may stay more discreet, let's take this cell right here near Cherokee. This one here. Where is my handy dandy drawing tool? There it is. This cell here may be the one that we may need to keep our eyes on later. Whenever Ty gets his stuff, let me text him real quick. But that will be the storm that I will keep my eye on, tracking up towards Buffalo Center for later in the day. That may cause more damage than this current storm here right now. All right. Sorry for that. Having a few things I need to check really quick. Making sure I have all my ducks in a row. I mean, this is really about the only discrete storm that I would be worried about at the time being. It's like, again, this one that's directly east of Sioux City is going to be tracking northeast to Buffalo Center. That will be the one that I would be worried about right now. The other storms, not really. Not yet. Give them time, and it's a possibility, but right now I would not see much of a concern. Yes, there may be clouds. And there's a big thing as well that Carly just brought up. It's really good. Will the cap break down this way? Now there is quite a stout cap that's in place over your Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas region here, and she is indeed right. Now there is another area of concern that's going to be way further to the south, involving the Oklahoma and Texas Panhandle, involving Abilene, Wichita Falls, and Oklahoma City. Excuse me. Speaking of the devil, here we go. We got a severe thunderstorm warning here for Midkiff, Texas. Really, this really doesn't even really look organized. It's probably just got its act together, and it's probably just dropping, your normal things here. Small hail and damaging wind gusts up to 58 miles an hour. The reason why I say 58 miles an hour, and for those who do not know, the 2 to 3. Okay. Kind, if you will, if that happens, send it in stream text. You probably should do that. User settings, voice and video. How would I do that? Notifications. Okay, there we go. So, with that being said, there is a tornado risk down here as well, but your tornado risk is going to be more focused in between around Vernon and Elk City. So here is more going to be your tornado risk for this evening down further south. Oh, cool. That actually stays after you call that out. That's amazing. Now, we do have our first tornado warning in this stream that's being issued here, heading towards Watkins, Minnesota. It's going to be just south of St. Cloud. Now, this storm, again, just got tornado warning, and really, there's not much I can tell you right now about it, but let me look at the velocities real quick. It actually has an area of broad rotation here, and it's really not too concerning right now. Here in a little while could be what should be more concerning. But again, we have a lot of things to watch. Day here is going to be it's going to be 1, 2, 3. We're going to have a triple barrel. We're going to have a triple threat for today. But as of right now, let's go and back up. Let's talk about this tornado warning. This area of rotation, or the area of interest, is just west of Forest City. It's currently sitting near and around Highway 22 and Highway 34, tracking towards Watkins and Kimball. Really, the trajectory that it's going to take is more going to go up across 15 near Kimball as here in the next little bit. But I am not seeing signs of a tornado being on the ground quite yet. I can check the correlation coefficient, and we really do not have a drop in that. Let's see. A mid-level continues to overspread in the southern plains. Storm initiation in the next 2 to 3 hours, and that is going to be talking about this storm down here. The storms down here. So we don't have to really worry about this for the next 2 or 3 hours. Not often do we see Minnesota get severe weather. Not hardly at all. But the tornado watch does go all the way down to Fort Dodge, Iowa, and all the way up to just north of Forest Lake. So let's go ahead and say Pine City, Minnesota. But yes, but here's some other towns for this tornado warning: is St. Augusta and Clearwater. This tornado does expire at 4:15. I'm not really too confident although it is tornado warned, I am not confident in this storm being tornado imminent as we speak. Maybe a little later, but not as we speak. I'm just catching up on a few things here, reading up on all the storms here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing any new info. Never mind. You may or may not have nearly 6,000 cape along the Red River today in southwestern Oklahoma. So any storm that goes through there it will have the potential to be very strong. It will have the potential to do so. Let's go ahead and look back at the velocities on this, and it's not as tight as what it was prior. It's really just kind of hanging around and going to fluctuate back and forth. Nothing, again, too concerning as we speak, but it does have that very classic supercell look to it, that flying eagle look, the shrimp look, as some people would love to call it. Me personally, I do not understand why they went moderate risk for today. Um, yeah. Excuse me. I'm still just kind of scrolling through and trying to get a good caught up on everything. Yeah, I think your observation soundings that I'm looking at now, as of 3 hours ago, from Nebraska, from Omaha, Nebraska. This will be your better area, in my opinion, for your stronger, more long track tornadoes than up here in Minnesota. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Again, it's just for this little QLCS line right here. Again, this is probably nothing I'm too concerned about. It's just 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter size hail. This is going to affect Butterfield, Good Thunder, uh, Vernon Center, Louisville, Garden City, Oshawa, and South Branch, Minnesota. It would be for western Blue Earth County, southeastern Brown County, and eastern Nicollet County in central Minnesota. Now, excuse me if you hear any like dog noises in the background. I've got two dogs and they don't have any bit of respect or privacy. They're just loud at all times. Still not, again, not really much. I think we're really going to start seeing our severe weather threat maximize over the next few hours. I think we're a hair early. So I think in the next 2 hours is when I believe your tornado threat is going to be the highest. And not only your tornado threat, you're a more severe weather threat as we speak. Here we should have another small rotating storm. Right here is what it looks like. Um, just south of Cosmos, near Buffalo Lake. I was talking about this storm earlier. I think this would be a storm worth watching here in the long run. Now let's go back south and look at the storm that I was talking about earlier over Cherokee. Not really a lot happening. It is kind of in this radar hole that's in between Sioux Falls and Des Moines, Iowa. It still is the more discreet storm on the southern end of the current leading storm going through southwest, going into southwestern Wisconsin. Not Wisconsin, excuse me, Minnesota. Still trying to get a lot of mesoanalysis out of this. A friend of mine I just saw on Twitter says that the winds just turned more southerly, meaning coming up from the south, uh, in Algona, Iowa, and that is not good. That means that this low is strengthening and deepening. Kai, can you go back and add weatherwise in the tweet, please? Thank you. Yeah, I just circled that area out earlier. I'm having to deal with work also away from work. Okay, so I'm gonna throw my headphones on real quick, and I'm gonna talk to my buddy Ty. Ty should be live streaming by now on over on Ty Metal WX94 on YouTube. So let me see if he can hear me. Ty, can you hear me? Go here and check up on this tornado warning real quick. It is still radar indicated. Now it is throwing golf ball size hail. This is still going to infect towns. St. Cloud, White Park, Rockville, Clearwater, Watkins, and Kimball. This tornado warning should getting ready to go over Watkins and Kimball right now. Getting ready to cross over the 55 and the 55 and 15 intersection here momentarily. I'm going to pop in with Jacob really quick and see what storm he is on. He's one of my chasers out. He's really not sharing a stream right now, but he's giving me a good bit of information. Okay, hey, oh, and Ty's here. Ty, what's going on, brother? Ty, have you looked at the new watch that's going to be down in Oklahoma and Texas? Your tornado threat is going to be more localized around Seymour, Texas, all the way up to Altus, Oklahoma. So if you're in Ty stream and you can hear me and you live in those areas, your tornado threat there is going to be a little bit higher. But that's going to be later in the evening here the next, I'm going to say about 3 to 4 hours. And we're waiting for stuff to go ahead and start firing off near Omaha as well. What are you seeing, Ty? Mm-hmm.
Jacob?
Let me unmute.
You said
I got him muted.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Hello.
All right, cool. Can Jacob, what storm are you on? Yeah, Ty, we can hear you, Ty.
Currently, this is this. Let me see radar real quick. Let me check my iPad. Currently, right now, this is the storm just west of Fairmont. This is the Jackson storm over there. I don't plan on chasing that one. I'm currently waiting for the one more south that's heading towards me.
The one over at Cherokee?
Okay.
The one near Superior over there. That's still in. That's crossing the border right now into Minnesota.
Okay, I see which one you're talking about.
That is some small development going on. There's a lot of storms more to the south of it that look really good. I'm going to kind of play a waiting game here, and if any of them start to look like a little bit better, I'll head my way towards Armstrong, which is just south of Fairmont, catch up to some of these storms. Had some issues with the car earlier. Looks like it was just car just struggling to accelerate from the wind, so nothing too crazy there. Um, Hopefully we should be good to go, but I'm just chilling here for now. None of these storms are warranted to go anywhere further south or north right now, but we'll see when these things start to really kick off. This is just the start of just the beginning of it. Usually, hopefully, in the next 30 minutes, we should see some more storm development,
Uh,
and some stronger storm mode.
thank you,
I
thank you,
clicked the wrong
Jacob.
thing. I clicked the wrong storm, Jacob.
uh,
But what I was saying though was I'm glad the car is okay because I was like, dang, that if it's a valve cover, then yikes.
No, I wasn't leaking oil. I was struggling to accelerate, but I pull out my anemometer and it read 45-mile-per-hour winds. I was like, I'll do it. Just couldn't hear it because I was like putting foot to the pedal. I was like, there's no wind. It's like, no, I'm lying to myself.
I mean, so we are working
Huh?
along. We are working alongside
Well,
Tide.
sheesh, man. I
We are going to be working alongside Ty today. I watched him last night, and he was doing fantastic work. What we're going to give him kind of some of our resources. We're going to give him Jacob, and I'm going to try to bop in occasionally and tell him what I'm seeing that he may be overlooking, because I understand how it is, and he's going to try to do the same to me. If I'm overlooking something, he's going to bop in and tell me, hey, look at this, and he did fantastic coverage, and he's got a great small community. So if you need to go look him up, and it should be Tai Tai Metal WX94 on YouTube. $6,000 cape on the Red River is crazy, by the way. I'm just now looking at a lot of soundings and stuff that's being pulled. It's absolutely crazy. I'm seeing a lot of people say that Storm Chaser friends of mine that they're more starting to lean towards Iowa being more of the discrete supercells tornadic activity, and I do agree with that statement. But we still have one tornado warning just south of St. Cloud, crossing Interstate 15 as we speak, kind of making its way towards the 1594 corridor, about to cross over Highway 7 here in the next 10 to 15, 20 minutes. Actually, in the next 20 minutes or so. I'm not really thinking it's still tornado imminent. The rotation is very broad, but I'm just not too concerned about it at this point in time. Again, so here's our rotation right here, just south of Kimball, on top of Highway 15. So if you live in Kimball, Fairhaven, and a few other towns around that area, anything along Highway 7 and 65, that's not 6, that's a 4, and 45, you need to start go ahead and taking shelter, which is the lowest floor in your house. If you do not have a basement, make sure you go to the most interior room in your house, whether it be a hall bathroom or a hall closet. Make sure you have a helmet, because believe it or not, the tornado is not really what kills people, it's what it throws. Blunt force trauma is it is the most deadly thing when it comes to severe weather. And my leg is asleep, and I am in pain. Ow. Yeah, and Stormfront Freak members raid his stream almost every day. Ty is a fantastic dude. Hold on, I go poking. Interesting. We may have some chasers heading out later towards Texas. The risk in Texas, which is going to be fantastic. Let's go ahead and poke our head over here with this one severe thunderstorm warning we had south of Midland, Texas earlier. It's not looking of anything tornadic. It's probably just going to be a wind and a hail bag. and that's what it looks like. It still looks like it's just dropping hail about a $half size. Yeah, $half size hail. Just really nothing to be concerned about right now. Maybe in the next hour or so is when we'd have to really start paying more attention to this particular storm. Let's go back up to our tornado warning here in St. Cloud. It's starting to get a better reflectivity presentation than it did before. Again, velocities are not all that impressive. Tornado is not on the ground with this storm. Let's go ahead and look at spectrum width. Again, just very, very, very broad. But your echo tops here are very tall. They are very, very tall. Let's go ahead and just pull up what it's going to be. 51,000 foot in the air. That is insanely high. But I'm not real confident in this storm quite yet. We're going to have to get a few more minutes for it to recycle. I mean, the tornado warning does expire in here the next 15 minutes or so. So it's something we're going to have to keep an eye on as it begins to mature. Well, it continues to mature. Also, great work by the weatherwise team here with the tracking and the being able to keep up with actually what the polygons looked like prior. So watch it here, watch it shrink, and here we go. Just absolutely amazing work by the weatherwise team. Just cause we can, let's go ahead and look at this line of storms here. I'm not real concerned. Again, I'm not real concerned about what this storm does. There's a lot of lightning in this storm. Not really doing much outside of just thunder, lightning, and 50 mile-an-hour wind gusts. Nothing I'm too concerned of right now. But my area of interest, again, as Jacob stated earlier, my chaser out there right now is more focused on these storms down here. New tornado watch has been issued from San Angelo, Texas, all the way to Oklahoma City. So our new tornado watch is going to be issued right through here. If you go ahead and circle this, I'm going to have to turn off mesoscale discussions as well, so I can see. But yeah, this is going to be roundabout your tornado watch down south. A couple tornadoes are possible. Scattered hail up to apple size. So let me work this real quick. Boop. Boop. Need to turn off the mesoscale. How do I do that? Well, I'm sure that storm in Minneapolis has really, really great cloud structure. I'm positive it does. There we go. I'm gonna turn those off. Go ahead and look at the velocities on this storm. It is looking like it's still about the same. Just very broad. It's currently crossing Highway 7 as we speak. Getting its way towards I-94. Looks like it's going to pass just to the north. The northwest of Clearwater, in between St. Augusta and Clearwater, crossing 94 here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. But the warning does expire in 10 minutes. Oh, you can still send it to me so I can better understand how it looks. Hey, Ty. Did you
Can
see
anyone
the
hear me
new
on here?
trainer watch that got issued down in Texas? Ty, can you hear me, brother? No. Well. Let me just shoot him a DM, then we may be having some issues, which is fine. Did you see? Ooh, John's live.
Let me guess. You're
Yeah, cool beans. I'm looking at, just got some pictures of the storm, the tornado warning that's north of that's south of St. Cloud, and it's got some amazing structure. But the good news is, from what I'm looking at, this storm looks really, really outflow dominant. So I am not really concerned about its tornado threat right now. Let me look at the storm before I shove my foot in my mouth. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. Looks extremely outflow dominant, and may be trying to congeal into this line here soon. Not really seeing anything new on the socials involving any storm right now. Oh. Oh. So this is quite interesting. I'm going to retweet something. If we can get any storm this storm up here near St. Cloud, it should be expiring here in a minute. I do see them dropping this warning though. It's not impressive on radar. The velocities are not great. If they extend this, I'll be shocked. I will be more looking for a tornado possible tag with the storm here shortly. Get nothing really interesting on the radar as we speak. Just some pop-up showers. Like I said earlier, I believe that these storms here will be more of a QLCS line, a quasi-linear convective system. I'm not really seeing this tornado threat up here like they were saying. Like I said earlier, I believe your main tornado threat, your strongest tornado threat, is going to be through here. Like, I've been kind of just jokingly saying for the last few days, Corning, Iowa. No, right here. I've been saying that since last night, not before last. I say joking, but I'm kind of serious about it. The atmosphere here is a whole lot more better for long track supercells and tornadoes, and actually just a more of a violent all hazards event than up here in Minnesota. Still looking at some mesoscale analysis stuff, just so I can kind of stay ahead of the curve. 6,000 cape on the Red River. Goodness. Okay, they did extend the tornado warning here for St. Cloud, which I am actually shocked. Velocities on this thing is still very broad. Nothing again that screams tornado imminent. Nothing again here that I am concerned about. But if you live just northwest of Clearwater and northwest of Clear Lake, you need to take shelter now. In the case of a tornado touching down from the storm, again, I don't think it's tornado imminent, but once again, it's tornado warned for a reason, and we need to take it seriously because we don't know the next scan if this thing will put down a tornado or not. That's why it is warned. Looking at some stuff now, some pictures that I'm seeing come through across my Twitter page. It just these storms down here just don't look great. They just don't look great. Even this tornado warning here, again, it is tornado warning. They just don't look great. What is that? My puppy wants in. We do have a little bit of rotation going on here, but it's nothing too concerning at the moment. Again, I'm looking at mesoanalysis now, as I said earlier. I'm just not seeing the best environment up here in Minnesota, and that's fantastic. That is absolutely amazing. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm tired. I didn't sleep great, but that is fine. The highest temperature set at Vicksburg, Mississippi was set at 90 degrees at Vicksburg. Hmm. I'm not. I'm not. Vernon, Texas, right now. Let's go down here and check on this storm in Texas. Really starting to look a little bit better on radar. A little bit more of a reflectivity presentation. It's really starting to go through all to take on all these mergers and become a supercell. My dog wants in, but I'm not going to let her in. I went to Chick-fil-A earlier. Ooh, that's right. I do have Chick-fil-A. I have their lemonade in Tahoe. Chick-fil-A has amazing lemonade. Alright. So here's what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. Where's Manhattan? There's Manhattan, Kansas, right there. So, what I'm seeing are these cumulus fields right here around Manhattan. Not Manhattan, as in the Big Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. Starting to really start to see these cumulus fields start to form. And this is where our tornado threat is going to come from later in the night, well, later in the day, as these storms here begin to track this way. So this will be our tornado producers later in the day. Again, I wouldn't expect these to do anything until the next 2 to 3 hours. I would not expect much. But if, again, just go ahead and show you one more time. Go ahead and show you this cumulus field here.
There you go. There is a nice looking shelf.
Oh, we got
Hello?
Jacob.
Hey, if you look at my camera, you can see this is the storm right by Fairmont. I got into a somewhat semi position. This is not a main position. The storm has yet to have any indication this will truly fire yet. But I wanted to get close to it so we can get a good look at the action. So far, I don't see any signs of this thing dropping anything, but this is a very nice shelf cloud here in the distance.
Oh, I gotta
indicate
show
that
this.
this
That's a
is,
nice shelf cloud.
Definitely a strong hail producer easily. This is definitely a tour possible though. As it merges with these nudgers, it will hopefully condense into possibly a tornadic storm. We're getting up to the top of this hill, so we're going to definitely take a parking position here for now. Don't want to get too devious away from the main road, but just wanted to get up to it so we can get a good look for now. It isn't any way close to being tornadic. Not yet, so we're fine where we are position-wise. But these are way nice Man, I wish I had nice houses like these right off the lake. I'm jealous of these people. There's a fire truck here? There's 911. Oh, tornado warning? Oh, we have a tornado warning for this storm.
Okay, the storm Jacob is on now just went tornado warned. So let me get off of the satellite here, talking about later in the evening. Let me go back to radar and let's see why that this storm went tornado warned. It kinda is in a radar hole, so we're gonna have to use Sioux Falls here. But this is the storm that we were talking about earlier, the one that came out near Cherokee. So this is the one we was talking about earlier. Beautiful view on Jacob, by the way. Beautiful view. Let me
I don't see any indications of a rotating wall cloud, though it's probably whoa! Crazy CG right there. We are very close to where it would develop. We're right here by looks to be is this another paved road? Dude, bonus points. Middle of nowhere paved roads is like God's gift. Ooh. All right, we're gonna pull off right here for now.
beautiful looking storm.
There we go. This is it. It would probably be back in there somewhat. It is hard to kind of tell. This might be rain wrapped rotation.
He is right on this chat. It would be a rain wrap rotation for sure, for sure, for sure.
Exactly. Try to see if I can figure out. Is it observed? It's Torar. There's apparently a tornado.
Really, weather
I don't
spotter
know what.
confirmed tornado on this storm. So let me hide Jacob real quick. Let me actually crop him to where he will fit this box.
I'm trying to see if I can see if there's nothing indicating a tornado from the weather lobby. Can't see on Twitter that there is.
It is saying weather spotter confirmed. With that rotation, maybe. That you actually may have a small drop in CC right on top of 263, headed towards Fairmont. Again, it's very, very light, so it's kind of hard to really stress to you what this storm is doing right now. But because it's just so far away, it's hard to tell. Well, so far away
I'm right
from the radar.
If there's a tornado, I'll be right up against it. Ooh, nice CGs for the.
Yeah, and he in Jacob's position.
You can find
Jacob,
me on. You can find me on the spotter network thing.
Jacob, do you have your spotter dot on?
Yeah, I should have my spotter dot on.
Hell yeah. Let me pull him up really quick. Benson, Jacob Heintman, Jacob Earhart. Here he is. This is Jacob. This is his location.
I'm in a good position. There is definitely something developing right over here.
Hey, Jacob.
Yep, it's Torar.
Yep, this is your storm, isn't it?
Yep, this is my storm. There is no indication of a tornado where I am, but there might be a wall cloud right there. I'm gonna roll up this window though.
That is a beauty. That is an absolute beauty right there.
It would be rain wrap back in there, like it would be. I have a feeling there's a storm spotter right on it.
Yeah, they're calling it observed, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, from what I'm seeing on weatherwise, it looks like there's somebody like right in the notch, or maybe just off to the.
That's it, right?
The west
No,
of it.
that was oh, is that it? Right there in the middle? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lowering, but I can't tell.
Yeah, I think you'd probably have to get closer in order to really see it, because you can kind of see that.
There's no road networks to get closer for now unless I get right up in Fairmont. So I'm not going to leave yet. I will leave eventually. I will take another road.
Yeah.
I am in a safe position.
He is indeed.
Like,
he's in a great position, actually.
Yeah.
I'll
Sure
be
you
back in a sec. I'm gonna film some footage on my phone. I'll come back in if there's any tornado.
All right.
Thank you, Jacob.
Be careful out there, bud.
We gotta get you set up, Ty, so you can you can eventually start using our chaser streams. But yeah, very interesting turn of events. I was just really looking at the storm. Here would be your velocity couplet. We'll go ahead and okay, it looks like they've got it figured out. Heck yeah, heck yeah, heck yeah. I am gonna go ahead and throw my Discord up so I can, because his phone right now is running up a hotspot, and it's really hard for him to run the SRT link that we normally do. But again, here's Jacob. This is Jacob. No, that's James. Where's Jacob? Here's Jacob. As of 3 minutes ago, see, he's sitting right here looking directly into the storm. He's looking back to the northwest, looking at this part of the storm. Let me go ahead and circle him one more time. Here's Jacob. Here's Jacob, and he's looking up into this. I hope that he gets a little bit gutsy and starts moving up to the north. That's what I want him to do, to get right up on this tornado warned storm here. There is looks like there could be a bit of a CC drop here. Could be. It's hard to tell. I'm really not used to this color table involving the correlation coefficient, and there might be a quick way I can change that really quick. But as of right now, we do have a tornado on the ground. Weather spotter confirmed. We may have it on live stream here soon. Again, a weather spotter confirmed tornado just south of Welcome, Minnesota, heading directly towards Fairmont, Minnesota. Right now, the tornado would be located just south of I-90, moving west of Fairmont. So if you live around East Market Street, North Avenue, and North Bigsby Road, please be taking shelter. It would be on top of you right now. For then the line, we have Northrop. You need to be taking shelter as well, as there is a weather spotter confirmed tornado moving directly towards your location. So this is going to cross I-90 here any second and cross 15 here in any minute, heading towards the intersection of 15 and 44, and it'll cross over the 44-53 junction just west of Winnebago. So once again, weather spotter confirmed tornado on this particular storm. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off watches so I can see a little bit better. Here we go. Yeah, that's a lot better. So we may actually have a tornado. Jacob, are you unmuted?
I am unmuted. There is I did see some rotation. No sign of a funnel yet, though. I'm going to relocate my position. I'm probably going to head up to 90 possibly. Or I'm just going to kind of play a weird diagonal chicken game with this thing. But
alrighty.
Currently right now, I might head back to Fairmont slowly. So there might be a rotating wall cloud over here in a bit. Not looking like there is just yet, though. Hold on, wait. I could try to position my camera towards it. There you go. This is where it looks like right now. There's probably a rotating wall cloud back in there, but
It looks
it's
like
kind of hard to tell right now.
it looks like with the velocity couplet that it would not be on the ground currently.
No, there should be a wall cloud though, and I'm sure it's rain wrapped back in there.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
For sure, yeah. Which I'm not trying to play that game just yet. Not trying to play the let's go right into the middle of this tornadic storm just yet.
I feel you.
I
I feel you.
Not I'll do that once I know the tornado's on the ground, because then I can see the velocity and locate the approximate area of where it would be. Then I don't need to play the game of running away, because suddenly there's gonna be a tornado on the ground. You can't see it, won't know it because it'll be on top of you, and you're like, Dad, no, don't do that. But no, looks like we're just gonna take left and kind of ride this thing.
I do see a little bit of an uptrend here in this last velocity scan.
It's getting nudgers. It's getting really good. You can tell it's trying to hook out.
Yeah.
Jacob, what storm are you on?
I am on the one near Fairmont.
Okay. I was going to check environment real quick on meso analysis and stuff.
Okay.
Also, by the way, Griff, I'm about to not be available. Kai is coming to kidnap me.
Oh boy.
We're going to go chase some random storms, apparently.
Right, well, y'all be careful.
Lucky.
I know, right? But let's go back and go ahead and talk about this storm for a minute. I am going to mute on Discord.
All right, so that was our report from Jacob. I do agree with him.
I'm going to go ahead and deafen. We're helping out Ty. Ty is a fantastic dude. I got to chill with him a little bit earlier. He was having computer issues earlier. He was more worried about if he's going to be able to go live or not. We're just sharing our resources with him and really hoping to help him get a boost. He's got a pretty decent fan base, more consistent than ours, for sure. But once again, tornado warning for Blue Earth County, Faribault County, and Central Martin County, all in Minnesota. This is until 5 p.m. So here in the next 30 minutes, this storm will be tornado warned. Aaron Rigsby is also on this storm. Wow. Our boy Jacob is moving. Let's not do that. He is on the move. It looks like he is probably going to be moving east and then moving back up to the north, if I understand how he chases. Yeah, we should be getting an update on Jacob here pretty soon. On his spotter dot. Jacob, what are you seeing, brother?
What?
Okay, from where you was parked earlier, are you going north or east?
I'm going north for a bit, but I'm going north so I can go east.
Okay, so you're going to go north of Fairmont.
I'm going to go east of Fairmont. I'm getting into Fairmont right now so I can go east.
Okay, so he's
There's a
going
good
to...
road.
Alrighty, I see what you're doing.
Bye. This thing...
Now you should be
tell.
You should be getting under the velocity couplet.
Yes, I should. I'm taking the danger route so I can go bomb east.
See, Chad, what he's doing is he's shooting up into the storm. Again, here's our velocity couplet right here. Actually, he'll be a little bit behind it. But what he's doing is he's going up this road here, and then he's turning east onto 90 and probably taking 53 north if I were to. That's how I would chase it. And me and him chase very similar. But we are going to keep him up just in case he does come across any tornadoes. It looks like he's getting to the RFD of that storm right now, the rear flanking downdraft of it. So he's getting right here in the middle of it. This will be a, since he's going to be behind it, he would be caught up in a big rain blob. Here we go. Radar indicated. So they took off the observed tag from your storm and just put it down to radar indicated. Which is fantastic. I'm trying to see if there are any videos or pictures of said possible tornado. Not really. How you doing, Liam? We pulled Jacob back up. I don't know how he got shoved down. Go ahead and see if I can find Jacob again. Nope. It still has him down here. His spotter dot has yet to be upgraded. A confirmed tornado. Jacob, your storm is back on the ground. Weather spotter confirmed.
Okay. Trying to get out of this rain.
Let me double check real quick. Never mind. He just went back to radar indicated. I don't know what that was.
I'm almost out of this.
Yeah, it just went back to. It went confirmed, then right back to radar indicated, like in.
It looks like it's dropping bird farts from the reports on.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's slowly starting to. It isn't just the start. It's just going to slowly start to organize.
So again, here we go. This is going to be the rotation. Jacob right now should be roundabout right here. His spotter dot has not really updated yet. More than likely, I don't think he'll take 53. I think what he'll do is he'll go over here and either take this road here and take it to 169 to Winnebago, which I'm thinking he might do. Jacob, what's your plans to get back in front of this storm?
get out. Well, first, I'm gonna get out of this first and figure it out from there. So that's it so far. Might take 90. The storm might take 90. Get off and try to hit the Winnipeg or Winnebago, I mean, or other areas like that. But right now, we're just trying to get out of this rain current. We're almost out of it. You can see daylight in the distance. This rain current is pretty strong. Earlier, we had lights flickering in the town, but no power line flashes. Likely just strong winds forcing some light flickering. I saw no signs of a tornado at all at any point. There was likely just a slight rotation feedback behind the rain curtain. But this is going to be a really hard storm to track so far. So we're going to see how well it does. But if any storms to the south start to organize better, we'll bail because this is going to be really impossible to see this tornado at this rate.
Alrighty.
Not until this rain clears up.
So we will probably have another view from Jacob here in just a little bit. So his plan right now is to go east on I-90 to the 169 exit-ish and head up to Winnebago to get back in front of the storm. And there are reports of a funnel cloud with this storm, Jacob. So be careful. Oh, hold on. We may see a PDS watch later in Iowa.
PDS watch later in southern Iowa?
Northern.
Or where are we talking?
Doesn't make sense. Hold on. Let me read this. Make sure it's not a fluke. Oh no, it's a fluke. Never mind. It's a fluke. I know I'm not really saying a lot, chat, or moving around a lot because this is really about the only pressing thing we have right now. I am going to jump back up to this tornado warning that's still. This tornado warning north of Baldwin, it looks like it may be starting to get its act together. Right now, it still is a little outflow dominant, but it's starting to get that RFD surge come around. And Bernard Jason's right on this thing. I don't know who that is, but if you're in Princeton, north of Princeton, about to cross 169 and west of Dalbo, you need to be taking shelter right now of a possible tornado that could touch down here in the next, I would say, the next 15 minutes or so. That would include if you're around the Woodward Brook area, or the 13 and 169 intersection, or the 4 and 13 intersection. This will be crossing right over you here in the next few minutes. Oh. CJ Ziegler, a buddy of mine, who actually helped us set up a lot of our live streaming stuff. Is on this phone as well. And just has a really nice view of this storm as well. Kind of look at this northern storm real quick. Not on the ground, let's drop back to the storm that Jacob is on. It's going to be this one here. Alrighty, here's our new warning for this storm. It has now been extended all the way to Amboy, Minnesota. So if you're in Northrop, Grenada, Winnebago, and Amboy, you need to be taking shelter now. This storm has had a history of putting down a tornado. The tornado right now, the possible tornado right now, would be over the intersection of 53 and 43 directly west of Winnebago. It is moving directly towards Amboy and should be getting there here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not really so pressed on either of these tornado warnings as we speak. They both look, they look like they need time to organize. This one up to the north needs a little more time to organize as well. It just got updated. Still just a radar indicated tornado warning. Nothing too concerning as we speak.
Yeah, that's poison. Oh, is that a fire? Oh.
I do want to note that southern Texas cell, Griff, near the Midland area. It is mainly going to be a hail producer. Looking at meso analysis, you do not have a lot of wind shear or anything at all. You have a lot of cape, so that's why it's going to be you're going to get a lot of hail from this one near Midland.
That is a fantastic point, Anthony. Thank you for bringing that up. Because there's next to, Aaron Rigsby just blew your doors off. Or was that J-Jack?
That might have been J-Jack, because I think that's the LOL car. It had the big old tape that said LOL, but except he's missing it now. So
that's J-Jack.
No. That's definitely Aaron J-Jack on Spotter Network. Yeah, there's our boy. Going 80 miles per hour on a 60. That's how you look. I'm messing. I won't give him crap. We are chasing naders. This is how life works.
Yeah, but Anthony brought up a good point. These storms down here in South Texas, they are working with a lot of cape, but they don't have a lot of lower level shear or low level lapse rates to make these storms become surface based. These would just be big wind bags and dropping big hail. But as we get further into the evening, we're gonna start seeing more storms pop up around this area here, from Vernon to Elk City. You have a better localized area to produce tornadoes.
No way, that's a dust tornado. Hold up. It'd be really funny if it was a land spout. I don't think it is, though. I tell you though, this inflow's kicking up all this dirt.
Yeah, no. But I would also like to know. I would like to note these. I would like to note that whenever you do get closer to mainly the like Red River area, definitely near Wichita Falls, Rap does have a really high SRH over there later tonight. That's where at least me and Kai will later be targeting whenever he gets me. But as of right now, we're waiting for cells to really pop up over there. But when they do, that's where your highest chance of a tornado will be. And you couldn't get a really big tornado over there. You could if you get the right conditions.
And thank you, Anthony. This tornado warning up here up north has about moved out of the polygon. It's like this is what I've been kind of talking about for a while. It's kind of got that S shape to it. It really doesn't have that classic shrimp look to it. You see the difference between the two? When they look like an S like this, they're just mainly just an outflow dominant storm. It could spin up momentarily, but the likeliness of that happening right now, I believe, is low.
Up going on over here on the stream.
Say again?
Hold up. Spin up. Give me a second. I gotta find a place to park if I can find one. I missed my opportunity. Hell, I got to come up here. It is a spin. It's a little bitty spin up, and it's already dead. Never mind. Well, that's the world's greatest spin up ever. Who you nice. That's like a really small spin up. It's like a bird fart for 5 seconds. Kicking up dirt. I'm honestly convinced it's rather than a tornado.
I'm Currently trying to find Jacob's spotter dot.
Spotter dot is slow to update. I'm gonna stop you. Hold on, wait, give me 1 sec. I had it on
Never mind, I have him
the
on. I
wrong
have you on
app,
Live
so let me
360. Never
update
mind.
on.
Excuse me.
But
For
you
looking
have
at
me
my
on Live
phone. Let me
360.
look at
Spotter
Live
location
360 and
app.
find what
I
Jacob
accept.
is. Spark screen. Josh. Jacob, he's on 354. Or 345. Hey, you're about to come across Nicholas.
Yep. Hold up, let me go find a place to stop. I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. This Prius is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Bro's got he's got the Insta 360. That might be something rotating back there. I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember who Nicholas is. Very interesting.
We're by the highway, so we'll get going once we stop and show our update right now.
No, you're good. I know where you're at now. I pulled you up on Live 360, so you're good. Let's see if Jacob can give. I know I'm kind of quiet, but we do. Normally, I'm the one chasing, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't normally get to see. I don't normally get. I don't normally get to look at both.
All right, I'll show an update real quick. Here's our current location.
Fantastic.
Might have to try to pull up here, but so far, a lot of info picking up dust. That is it. We just got scud, but it's really storm's not doing too impressive. At least not as of now.
All right, so let me do a quick recap here. We are currently live streaming a moderate risk over northern Iowa and southern Minnesota today. This is a tornado-driven moderate risk. I don't really agree with it, but nonetheless, this is what the National Weather Service has issued for us today. We do have more of a double-barreled event. We do have a small chance for tornadoes and large hail down here in Midland, Texas. And as we get into southwestern Oklahoma, from Altus to Abilene, Texas, down there they're going to have a more of a localized threat of severe weather and maybe a stronger tornado or two. But right now we're looking. I'm watching these storms start to bubble near Manhattan, Kansas. Again, here's our cumulus field. This here should be our tornado producers later in the evening as they move on into Iowa. I think really southern Iowa can see, in my opinion, the stronger tornadoes of the day. And really, I think the environment down here also has more potential to be more discrete than a semi-discrete mode as it is up here in Minnesota.
Mhm. It does make sense. So
Your tornado warning has
currently
been
we're just kind
extended
of
and it has been shifted for a little bit further to the south, just so you know.
Yep, there's a new mezzo forming. I could show you right now. There it is.
Weather spotters reported that looks tornado imminent, Jacob.
Yep, it is. See that funnel?
Yes.
That's a funnel.
We may have a tornado shortly on the ground here shortly. Jake will be back in just a minute. He's going to try to maybe film it. I don't know if we're going to get him back on stream or not, but for the time being, this is the storm that Jacob is on. Here's going to be your rotation. By viewing the storm itself, I myself am a storm chaser. I myself am a chaser. So I know roundabout visually when a storm is tornado imminent. And that storm is very close to putting down a tornado. So if you're in this area, so if you live north of Delavan, if you are anywhere east of Winnebago at this point in time, Winnebago, you're in the Winnebago, you're not in the clear quite yet. Next 15 minutes, you should be. But if you're north of Delavan, you need to start paying attention. This tornadic storm and possible tornado is going to cross Winnebago on 169. It's going to cross Highway 109 and 107. It's going to cross at the 107 and 18 junction. So you need to be really paying attention, especially as you get towards I-46. Highway 46 here in south of Mapleton. It is going to be directly west of Minnesota Lake, south of Mapleton. And if you're in Amboy, I would not be concerned about this tornado warning. Buford, this tornado warning as of right now does not affect you. And if you live in, Pemberton, I would not be worried about the tornado quite yet because it's about 20 minutes away from you, 30 minutes away from you. But you need to go ahead and start paying attention to what's going on here. I already have it set up. When Jacob comes back, all I got to do is click one button and he's back.
All right, I'm back. No tornado yet. There definitely was a funnel cloud. It has lifted since then. Very messy couplet. I don't know what velocity does. I don't know what velocity looks like. I did not check.
But it's so far away from the radar, it's hard for me to tell. I will go up.
It's
and
so
tilt.
hard to tell.
Let me go to 1.8
Like, there was a funnel,
tilt,
but
and it has a decent mesocyclone.
yep. I mean, it's right behind me. I can't tell right now. I'm trying to get back on 90 because I was in a position that was out of it, but would have got me behind it. So I don't want to be too far behind the storm. I want to catch up. So we're gonna take 90. We'll find an exit over there. We're gonna just kind of play a chicken.
Hypothetically, you want to end
We're
up
near Blue Earth.
on 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of head towards Mapleton. On 22, it would cross 22.
Mm-hmm.
But you're in a fantastic position, Jacob. That was my wrist, folks. If you see me looking down at my phone, I'm scrolling through social media on my computer, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on Jacob's location as well. Okay. He is near Blue Earth. So let me find Blue Earth real quick. South of Winnebago. And here's Blue Earth. Jacob is right here. And this is where he is. He's going to stay on 90 and try to get ahead of it. Curl up north somewhere over here. But that's going to be his game plan for now, to try to get back in front of this tornado warning storm that has had a history of producing tornadoes. Whether they've been weak or whatever, it does have a history of producing them. So he's going to stick with this storm for as long as possible. But as you stated earlier, he's not afraid to go ahead and dump this storm if needed. Which honestly, he may have to do soon.
Yeah.
Looking at this storm to the south, it's kind of more semi-discreet.
Definitely.
Tornado on the ground in Delavan, that's going to be you.
Yep, that is me. Only reason why I'm following the storm is that it's still producing tornadoes, and that if I go east on 90, even if I have to bail this, I'll be in a better position for the southern storms. So either or, I'll be in a position for one or the other. Just depends on which one. If this thing starts to accelerate in intensity, then we're gonna haul butt. Far north as Minnesota as we can take this thing. On the right side, I'm going east, which gets me closer to home.
There is a tornado on the ground in Delavan.
That's good. That's the one.
Well,
that's
near
the tornado.
Delavan. It has not been upgraded quite yet. I love having my friends pay attention to storm chasers for me, because they give you this information very quickly. But if you live near Delavan, this is going to be coming right over. Let's see. There's going to be the roads we talked about earlier. The intersection of 18 and 15. The intersection of 15 and 110 and 46 and 13. So if you live anywhere parallel to that, in between Mapleton and Minnesota Lake, just kind of draw a line from Minnesota Lake and Mapleton. If you're in the middle of those two towns, so if you're, let's see, what's this? The intersection of 29 and 30 and 22, you need to be go ahead and taking precaution now. There's a tornado on the ground, and it's not really strong, but nonetheless, there is a tornado on the ground. There's probably going to be a CC drop right in here somewhere. But again, because we're so far away from a radar, it's hard to tell. This is where storm chasers come in big.
Yeah, I might bail this one soon, because I'm not gonna lie, rotation started to redevelop to the north of the warning, which means that I'm basically out of position unless I haul on 90. But we'll see what happens here.
We'll just have to see what happens. Jacob,
very ominous. Problem is that you could definitely tell from my video, this thing is fully rain wrapped.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There is nothing to indicate that this thing is at all visible with the naked eye. Though the new rotation does show that it's kind of opening up in a more clear slot. So might get lucky if I just ride 90. I might be able to just get visual of it, but we'll figure that out.
This thing is extremely visible. I'm looking at it right now.
But I'm not even close to the rotation yet. We're going to see what happens. We're getting on to 90. This should be the road to get to 90 right now. Yes, it is. Heck yeah. Needed that.
I'm watching a live stream right now of it, Jacob. That is a full-blown tornado on the ground. And it is LP.
We're on the highway right now.
It is very weak tornado, but a tornado nonetheless. So let me get a better understanding.
That might be it. I can see it in the distance. It's a dust bringer, but there's barely any signs of it other than that. You see that in the distance?
Let me bring you back full screen.
Might be it.
There it is. That is the tornado that is on the ground reported with this storm. Good job, Jacob. As you can see,
Give me one sec. Yeah, I can see it. It's very weak. There's barely any. There's like no funnel condensating, but there's a deep pocket of dirt spinning up over there. So that's it. It's in the inflow jet, so I ain't gonna do much. Not yet. I'll be back in just 1 second.
go ahead and leave him up. But yes, we just had a very weak tornado on the ground on stream just north of Delavan. Now, this tornado is actually kind of in a weird spot compared to where tornadoes normally are. This tornado is more on the edge of the storm. It's more right here than it would be back here. So it's going to be in the inflow notch. Let me go ahead and pull up my... Let me look at relative velocity. Yeah, that would make sense of where this tornado is. It would be right here. So it would be in between 13 and 17. Well, not even in between 13 and 17. It would be more between 109 and 169 headed that way. So again, this is where your tornado would be, is right back here. We figured it'd be further back in the storm, but it's not. We figured it would be here, but in reality, the tornado is more here. It's hard to tell because it's so far away from the radar. It's hard for me to give a definite yes or no. Let me go ahead and pull this up. So here we go. Yeah, let me go up and tilt. So here you go. We thought the tornado would be here, but no, it's actually in between 109 and 169. More gonna cross 169 and 103, headed directly towards Delavan.
There you go. You can literally see the lowering over to the right. There's the new funnel. Possibly.
That indeed is a funnel. And where
and you
this
can tell
tornado
it's
is,
so far outside the storm.
where the tornado is located is very weird because it's on the edge, the very edge of the mesocyclone.
It is like it. I don't know how this thing even produced. It looks like it's lifted now. There's no dirt really kicking up that much anymore. It just looks like inflow jet kicking up the dirt now. But this thing has been producing a couple of it now. A couple tornadoes now, but there's been barely any signs outside of some dirt kicking up and the occasional visible puddle. But this thing is so far outside the mesocyclone that I'm surprised it's even produced. But we've had this happen before. I've seen a lot of bird farts do it. It's very common, but they don't last very long. They don't really have the good juices in the middle of the storm. I don't see any sign of this thing producing anytime soon. We might reposition and go south soon, possibly towards the storms in Iowa that are currently on the northern end of the border. These storms will have a little bit of a better chance to produce as of now. Nothing too crazy to indicate yet, but they'll be traveling near Minnesota and they'll eventually get into a better open slot. So right now we're kind of repositioned soon. There's not an exit nearby, so that is kind of annoying. But as you can clearly tell through radar that this storm is beating me, and I don't intend to chase bird farts all day.
Well, alrighty, Jacob. Thank you so much. And just so you know, giving you because I know you're driving, the storms right now that's about to crawl. That's in southern Iowa, the ones you want to go look for. There is dropping 2-inch hail.
Okay, so R.I.P. this windshield, boys. It was nice knowing it.
Are we
I've
are
only
we doing that today, Jacob?
Nah, not a goal, but if it's necessary to get the good tornado shot, we'll do it. But the goal is to hold this windshield out. I like to keep it for chasecation, but stuff happens. I don't want to be pulling a Ryan Scholl just yet. 0 metering hail course is not my intention, unless there's a tornado in the middle of it.
I'm gonna give an update real quick. So me and I is about to be here. So we plan to target near either like kind of in that Frederick Vernon Lawton area. We already have some blips popping up near Benjamin that I'm currently looking at. Nothing too crazy yet, but they have just formed seconds ago. But yeah, that'll be my last update with a quality mic. So talk to y'all later.
Necessary.
Real. Talk to y'all later.
Yep. Honestly, I might just bomb this right back into Fairmont. I might just make a Yui. Here's an exit right now. I'll stop at the exit and look at the radar, kind of present my repositioning plan. I got none so far, but there's a whole chaser there's a chaser convention over here on this exit. Hello.
Alrighty, let me
Hello,
get back
my
to this
people.
real quick.
Oh, it's a whole party out here. Hello.
There's only one tornado warning in the country right now. That is the only tornado warning in the country. The one that was north of Minneapolis earlier, it has died off, and it's going completely outflow dominant. As I kind of brought up, who is that? But yeah, there's really nothing outside of this one tornado warning. As we have it confirmed right now, it is not on the ground currently. And it kind of looks kind of disorganized right now. He is giving us a different look. There is our wall cloud. Wait a minute. Is that Nick?
Probably. I don't know. There's the whole
Galaxy?
chaser convention. You want to say hi to them, boy? Here's the new one developing.
Oh, let me see who's right here near you.
Good luck looking at all the names. There's the new developing storm. Well, Mesno.
Nope, they're sitting in New Earth. I don't know who that is behind you. Brother getting the GoPro shot in.
Well, look at that over there. Look at all this. There's the new one.
So, directly in the middle of the screen is the new wall cloud right here.
This thing's been doing meso handoff after meso handoff. It's not very organized, though, in the process.
No, not at all. It looks like it is trying to get reorganized.
There's that right there. There's that right there. It is impossible to tell.
It looks like there he goes again. But it looks like it's starting to come back around from Mapleton.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I'm getting some amazing shots here from Jacob. Some amazing shots. This storm looks really disorganized. Really, really disorganized. I'm still having a lot of pictures show up from yesterday, though. There is a new tornado warning to the north, just south of Waterville, Minneapolis. Not Minneapolis, Minnesota, excuse me. This is going to be located right off of 14, heading towards 22. The town of Palmer. If you're in Palmer, you need to go ahead and take shelter now. Towns also in the way is Morristown, Deerfield, what's this? Warsaw and Faribault, Minnesota. So here in the next several minutes, you need to make sure that you're in your safe place now. Let me go ahead and see what this looks like on reflectivity. Yeah, here we go. So you see how it go ahead and it starts to make these notches. This notch here. And now this one has a notch here. Let me go ahead and zoom out. You see we have those notches. Notch, notch. 1, 2. We should have tornadoes. That's what causes tornadoes in these lines, or these little notches, for instance. And these areas are where you're going to see your tornadoes. Let me see if I can get Ty's attention.
All right,
What's going
Griff,
on, brother?
floor is all yours, bro.
So we have had 2 or 3 spin up tornadoes on my live stream from
Hold on.
Jacob in Delavan, Minnesota. All tornadoes since have lifted, but they are trying to do more mesocyclone handoffs. So it wouldn't shock me to see another 2 or 3 tornadoes come out of this tornado warning to the south. That is something we need to think about with this storm. And your cumulus fields over here near Manhattan, Kansas, those are going to be that's going to be the area where your tornado threat will come from later today.
Yeah, I got one of my moderators over here, Baconators, near the Salina storm.
I'm on the Torah right now. I don't know where the tornado would be. I'm assuming maybe that was it earlier, or it's back in there.
Speaking of the devil, the storm that he's on just went tornado. Has a tornado on the ground again.
Yep. Well, no, this is a new Torah. Look at it. This is a new Torah.
The one
the other one to the south. Yeah, I want to one to the south.
The one that you're on.
Oh.
I don't know where it would be. I don't know if it was that over there earlier, if it's over back in there. It must have been because I didn't see jack all.
It looks like you have
these
areas of potential rotation in this one.
There you go. This might be it. Or at least trying to.
Yeah, I see that. I see that lowering.
That might just be. It's really hard to tell right now.
Yeah, I mean it's not the most organized base that we've seen before, but
these are not the most organized storms so far.
Yeah, it's
These
super.
have been very unorganized. Also, I just got hit with a giant cold pool. Oh boy.
Yeah, these are some ugly storms here, but I can actually even see, like, when you pan off to the left, that little area looks like it has even a little bit of spin to it as well.
Back in there.
Yeah, back in there, it looks like there was a little bit of spin there.
Well, it looks like most of us are all going to be bombing, but it was my plan anyways. I'm just kind of sitting here chilling. It might be back in there. There might be some dust kicking up, but it's
really hard to see it. Yeah, it's
If
really.
it's on the ground like they say it is, it's got to be the bird fart of bird farts right there. That'd be the bird fart of all time. But we got the Chaser congregation going on right now. It's a Chaser convention.
Yeah, you got a good view on that on the highway right here off the ramp.
Mm-hmm.
So it's looking. So I figure that there's gonna probably be a few more people joining you before long.
Yep. I don't know how this went Toro. It don't look like it.
I
It's
mean,
looking Toro of all time. I mean, I thought the Marshall tornado I had last year was the worst Toro of all time. This is by far the biggest tornado.
From what I'm seeing, it's because it says an in a quote intermediate funnel cloud.
yeah, that's
Is
what.
it was Toro with that? I saw that phone. I didn't think it didn't look like it.
Strange.
Didn't look like it at all.
We may have a tornado forming here soon south of Waterville. So I'm going to focus on that for a second. Yeah, so we have a stronger area of rotation just south of Waterville, Minnesota. Now these towns I did call out earlier. So Palmer, it's past you now. Morristown, Warsaw, Deerfield, it's coming to you now. It looks like he's going to cross 13, 10, and clip the edge of Highway 7 and 10 and make his more way south of Warsaw. So if you're in that area, make sure that you're in your safe place.
I'm gonna have the highlight video, and it's just gonna be called the bird fart of the century, and it's just gonna be like the greatest Spark Service video ever created. I'm just saying.
I agree with him on this. It's going to be quite interesting.
It's gonna be quite interesting. It's just gonna be me yapping about how it's nothing but bird farts.